Hello, Algebra 2 mathematicians. So today we're going to look at the first day on solving rational equations, basically fraction equations. What you're going to want to do is today have your notes, pen or a pencil, and then you may need a calculator to do some multiplication today. Today we're going to look at what does it do when we have two fractions. That's how we're going to learn how to solve them when you have a fraction equals a fraction. Now, probably in Algebra 1 and Algebra 2, you talked about how to solve what's known as a proportion, which is basically when you set two fractions equal to one another. And a lot of you remember how to solve these. What you did is you cross-multiplied, right? So you multiplied the numerator by the denominator, and then set it equal to the numerator times the other denominator. So in my case, I would have 3 times x plus 2 equals 9 times x. Well, I'm going to distribute this 3 in. So I'll get 3x plus 6 equals 9x. So, solving for x here, let's subtract 3x from both sides. Okay, I got 6 equals 6x. Divide by 6. So I get x equals 1. Now guys, you are going to want to check every single one of these problems to make sure that the answer does work, because sometimes one of them won't work, or two, or they just might not work just due to the fault of being an extraneous solution, okay? So let's check to see if one works. So I'll put a little check area right here. 3 over x, which is 1, equals 9 over 1 plus 2, which is 3. So I'll have 3 equals 9 divided by 3, which is 3. Thus, it checks out, answer's good, no problems there, no extraneous on this problem. Let's look at this one. So it looks like I need to multiply, cross-multiply. So we got cross-multiply these two. So that would be 3 times 2x plus 4 equals, cross-multiply these two. So x plus 2 times x plus 3. I'm going to write x plus 2 up here so I can kind of FOIL it out, right? X times x, x squared, x times 2, 2x. Negative 3 times x is negative 3x. And negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. I'm going to distribute this 3 in, so we'll get 6x plus 12 x squared minus 1x minus 6, right? Because that's minus 1x for combining. Let's get everything to one side. So I'm going to subtract 6x minus 12. That way I can kind of see what we're actually working with. So I'll get 0 equals x squared minus 7x minus 18. Looks like I'm going to have to factor. Don't groan. I think I heard you groaning, but factoring, of course, is my favorite, so let's factor. So I have a times c, which is negative 18. Negative 9 and a positive 2 should give me that negative 7, right? So I'll get 0 equals x minus 9 and x plus 2. So x has to equal 9 and x equals negative 2, right? Because if I set those both equal to 0, we have those two options. Now, what I need to do is check both of those options. So I'll get 3 over, this is my 9 checking, so 11, right? 9 plus 2 equals 9 minus 3, which is 6 over 18 plus 4. 18 plus 4, because I'm plugging it right here. 18, that's 22, I think. 3 over 11 doesn't simplify, but 6 over 22, I can divide a 2 out of both of those, right? Which will get me 3 over 11. So 9 does in fact work, no problems there. Let's check negative 2. So I'll get 3 over negative 2 plus 2 equals negative 5, right? Because I'm plugging in negative 2. 2 times negative 2, negative 4 plus 4 is 0. This is 0 down there, so it'll be 3 over 0 equals negative 5 over 0. I can't divide by 0. That just ain't gonna work. So, -2, he gone. Not working. Can't use -2 because he is an extraneous solution. My denominator cannot, will not, shall not be 0 because he can't divide by 0. Only Chuck Norris can do that. Let's try the last example of the video. So I got 4 over x plus 1 equals x minus 1 over x plus 5. So, cross multiply, of course. So I got 4x plus 5 equals, and then let's multiply this way. So x plus 1 times x minus 1. I'm going to do this and just write that one off to the side so I can multiply. So x squared plus 1x minus 1x minus 1, right? Simplification, distribute, all that fun stuff. So I got 4x plus 20 over here equals x squared. This is going to cancel off because I have 1x minus 1x. Just minus 1 over there. I'm going to get everything to one side. Like that. So this is going to cancel off. I'm going to get 0. X squared minus 4x minus 21, it looks like. Factor again. Yay! So 1 times -21. -21. Looks like a -7 and a 3 will get me what I want. So it'd be 0 equals x minus 7 and x plus 3. So x has to equal 7 or x can equal -3. So if I plug that in, let's see if it works. So that would be 4 over 7 plus 1, right? 7 plus 1, so it'd be 8. And then 7 minus 1, which is 6, over 7 plus 5, 12. Well, these both simplify down to a half, right? So 7 checks out, no problems with 7. Let's check -3. So I got 4 over -3 plus 1. I think that's -2, right? -3 plus 1? Yeah. And then -3 minus 1, that's -4. And then -3 plus 5. -3 plus 5. 2. So this would be -2 simplified. This would also be -2 simplified. Whew. They both check out in this particular case. Both of them work in my problem. So my two answers for this particular problem are x equals 7 and x equals -3. And that's the end of this video. See you later, Sabers.